All right.
Aloha!
Aloha! All right, welcome everyone to this year's Great Ideas Competition 2022. We are so glad that you are all here and able to make it or in the competition supporting. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We love you. We are going to kick this off with an opening prayer by Sophie Dalby.
Our dear kind Heavenly Father, we are so thankful that we are able to all be gathered here today at the Great Ideas Competition here at BYU Hawaii. We're so thankful for the opportunity to come to this school and to study and learn here, and for all the different opportunities that we're able to take advantage of. Please help us and please bless the competitors and presenters that they may do well, and please give us guidance and help us that we can hear the Spirit in our lives. Please help us know and listen to the Spirit and help us follow those promptings. And we say those things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
All right, so today we're going to be starting with the young entrepreneurs. Just so everybody has some background, there'll be a 3-minute presentation with a 2-minute Q&A right after. Only the judges will be asking questions, and we'll be having the Q&A directly after their presentation. And then we'll have the next group go up right after, and we'll introduce each category as they go along. So right now, we will be starting with the young entrepreneurs. So give it up for all the young entrepreneurs. You have the clicker? Okay, let's see. We need the clicker. Oh, you got it. All right. Yeah. Is it? Oh, this is the Willis Center video that we're going to show the competition.
Little background into the entrepreneurship program.
I feel that music is a way of gaining empathy with other people and a way of showing empathy and just showing, the human spirit. Then we empathize with these sounds that bring about feelings within us. Like when you hear like a piano pounding, or when you hear someone belting a high note, it makes you excited, or it makes you sad, or it makes you feel understood. Same with the business. A business, you come together and you solve a problem for other people, but they also get touched by your life and get to feel an empathy that you maybe had for that problem, or that you maybe had for that idea or that thing you want to do, or your life in some way. I'm William Alternative III. I'm a student at BYU Hawaii. I study music, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I love building businesses. I love taking ideas, I love creating them, I love moving them from point A to point B. And I love changing the world and changing how other people interact with the world. The Kapalo Connection is a nonprofit organization, and what we do, basically there's no public education in Vanuatu, so we try to get more kids to be able to go to school by doing a lot of things. One of our primary things we're doing is we're sending students down to do month-long teaching internships, and they pay us a fee, and that fee goes to doing our building projects and supporting scholarships. And we're also moving towards doing just normal tourism, where one tour will send 3 kids to school for a year. The Willis Center helped me a lot in doing this. It really, the Willis Center is just a fantastic place. It's a beautiful, beautiful program. It's like walking in and saying, I have this idea for this melody and this song, I want to be about this. And sitting down with Stevie Wonder. It's like having Stevie Wonder write your song with you and teach you how to write a song. Get to the end of it, and you're like, wow, I might have some insight into how Stevie Wonder would write a song. But it's the same thing. You come and you bring your business in, and they're going to talk with you about it, they're going to give their insight, and they're going to be on your team. And they don't want credit. They don't want a part of your business. They don't want anything. They just want you to be successful. I came in, I brought my idea, and it was a little idea. I said, I want $8,000 to build a house, rent to some missionaries in Vanuatu. And I came in and talked to the professors, and they said, well, actually, I think that there could be 4 houses. And it was during a crowd fundraising contest. One of them said, I'm going to match you $8,000. If you can raise $8,000, I'll pay $8,000 too. If that doesn't show belief, I don't know what does. The staff here, they haven't just studied in books. They haven't just thought about doing it. They've walked through the fire. They've made mistakes. They've made successes. They're not just teachers. They all are still running businesses. They are here for no other reason than to help you be successful. As a student in the entrepreneurship program, I'm not just reading books. I'm not just studying theory. I'm doing it. And that's what the professors want, and that's what the classes are geared towards. They're geared towards helping you to do it. Entrepreneurship is about standing up and doing something. And so, if you are ready to stand up and do something, the Entrepreneurship Center will catapult you forward in doing something.
Give it a round of applause for the video. Doesn't that just make you want to create and innovate and be an entrepreneur? The Willis Center has so much to offer, and we thank the Willis Center and the sponsors, the Okies, for making this all possible. So a big round of applause for them. So this is Sage. We forgot to introduce each other. So this is Sage, my wonderful co-host.
And this is Briggs, my incredible co-host.
Okay, and now we're starting with the young entrepreneurs. And first up is Happy Bees. So big round of applause for Happy Bees and young entrepreneurs.
Good luck, everyone.
When kids go to school, they're on their own. Parents can't be there to cheer them up. They need something that will remind them to be happy.
A happy button pin can be great, but no one is selling it in Laia.
Aloha!
My name is Junia.
I am Minami. We design and make happy button for kids and their parents in the community.
Last 2021, I learned how to design on Canva. This year, I started teaching Minami.
Yesterday, we sold 25 buttons, which is half of our monthly goal.
If we reach our $400 sales, we will register our business.
Yes, we are only 8 years old, but with the help of our mentor.
We can achieve our goal for 4,000 sales in 2023.
Judges, if you choose us, we can invest good button maker.
We can improve our designing skills.
We can make more people happy.
Most of all, we can train more happy bees in the community.
Now will be the Q&A, and we're going to hand this mic up for 2 minutes.
Great job, girls. That was fantastic. My son, when he was in preschool, he got scared every day when he went to school, and he had a hard time. How would your pins help him when he goes to preschool, nervous and scared?
Our pins make kids happy, and we want kids to be happy. The pins have something that the kids will like, so it would make them more happy. Unlike ice cream, those things can go away fast. Button pins can stay with you a long time throughout the year.
Good job, girls. You guys are awesome. Do you guys have fun making those buttons?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was thinking, I bet my kids, I have 7 kids, and I think they would love to make their own button. Would you guys ever think about letting kids make their own buttons with you?
Yes, we are doing a customization for kids.
Yeah. They can design their own buttons.
What are you guys going to do with your profits?
The profits we make go into the things that we need for our business.
Like we could get a good materials.
Things that we need, like transportation for the market, the permission for going to the markets, and the transportation.
So, are you guys in any markets currently?
We are planning to sell on Friday at the BYU market. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, we can keep that mic. Well, thank you, Happy Bees. Another round of applause.
Woo! Yay, 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 yay.
Oh. All right, next up, Ghostfish. My bad.
Hi, my name is Kailani Rich, and I am 14 years old and go to Kahuku High School. Um, um, the meaning of my name means heavenly water. So I grew up here my whole life, and I want to help my home and my beaches. So what I do is I created the business Ghostfish, and I gather microplastics to sell keychains, magnets, coasters, and more. My mission statement is Ghostfish. Ghostfish exists to help the environment by keeping the beaches clean and to inspire others that you can make anything from nothing. By helping the community in making the beaches clean and nice, not only can we enjoy our local beaches, but the marine animals can too. The problem is plastic. There is 25. There are 11 million plastics and trash waste tons going into the ocean every year. And since we live in the Pacific Ocean, it's hard. We get a lot of plastic, and we want to protect our beaches and have our areas clean so we can enjoy a lovely day at the beach and not have any problems with it. And that is where Ghostfish comes in. Ghostfish means ghost, meaning second chance or second life, and fish, meaning ocean. So what I'm doing with the plastics, I'm giving them a second chance or a second life. Some of my steps is to pick up the microplastics. That is a picture from Kuku Golf Course Beach. And the second one is to clean them. And the third one is to make the products. And giving back. My part of giving back is with the sales, I'll give back 20% to an organization called #TeamSeas, of where you donate $1, and then they take 1 pound of trash out of the ocean. And another thing that I do for my products is I go to Reuse Hawaii, which is where I collect wood for some of my art pieces. And these are some of my products.
And one thing is my sales is, for example of my profit margin, is that one of my sales is for $10 and my profit goes to $9.50. I hope you like this idea or business to help the environment and to help our home.
All right, we will give 2 minutes to the judges to ask questions.
Fantastic job. I think all of us really enjoyed your booth yesterday, and you did a really great job presenting and telling your story. Where do you plan to sell this product? Do you plan to sell in markets? Maybe do you have an online strategy where you can sell your product online?
I'm planning to do an Instagram page as long as I can convince my parents to actually let me go on Instagram.
That's a great parents.
You did a really good job. It's hard to do a presentation in this big, huge screen compared to like your computer, which I'm sure is what you were practicing on. So congratulations on a good presentation. I actually gave the ones that I bought from you this morning to my kids, and they put it on their backpack. And I noticed in some of them there were shells. So do you collect shells as well?
Yes, there are some shells washed up by the beaches too, and most of them, they don't really show that much color because they have been out to the sun for that long. But yes, I do use shells in some of them.
Awesome. And do you take people with you to collect? So I'm sure that you get more than you actually need to use for your product. So do you take that to where it needs to go? Do you take more people with you to collect as much as you can?
Recently I've only been doing it by myself, but if there are bigger things, I will probably collect that too and put it into a recycling place. Another thing.
Awesome.
It's not a question, but just a quick comment. There's a lot of BYU students with Instagram accounts that you could hire as interns to help out, I'm sure. So, great opportunity for you students. I'll buy some online if you put them up.
Thank you.
All right. What an incredible idea. All right. Our next young entrepreneur in a second is Manavai.
Woo! It's the down button.
Aloha. My name is Aiko Keana Aina. I am a student athlete at Kuku High Intermediate School, and my business is Manovai. Manovai's clothing brand envisions changing the mindset, influencing high schoolers, student athletes, and my community to have the desire and determination to become what I call the best version of themselves. Manovai in the Hawaiian language means the heart or circulatory system. And to me, and what I hope to my consumers would mean to always give your 110% and to put your heart and soul into everything you do. This is one of my clothing designs, and how I wanted to impact the community in one way would be through my positive words of affirmation. For example, to help you understand what this means, what these words mean, is that for, hypothetically speaking, anybody would want a $20 bill, right? No matter whether I crumple it up, or I throw it on the ground, or I stomp on it, it's still a $20 bill, and it didn't lose its value. Don't let people's perception of you impact how you're, don't let their perception of you, it doesn't lower your value. You're still the same, and it doesn't matter how people view you as. Here's another one of my t-shirt designs. It's one of our simpler designs, and this is a something that will help promote my business as well. For my t-shirts, it would cost about $25, so if anybody wants to donate $5 so I could buy my own t-shirt, that would be very nice. One way this would help my business succeed would be, one, it would cover the cost of my shirt, it would give me enough profit to keep my business going, and it would also factor in a percentage of the profit to help donate to my school. And the way I would do that is approximately 15 to 20% or $4 to $5 from each shirt would go to benefit student athletes at my school just like me. If they needed like cleats, I would use the money to buy the cleats and donate to them. If the soccer team needed soccer balls, I'd use the money from the funding to buy the soccer balls and donate to them as well. My target market is Kahuku High and Intermediate School students, as well as the people of my community, and I would market through Instagram, TikTok, and word of mouth, so social media platforms. Here's a look at my financials. Cost per shirt would roughly be about $10. Price per shirt would be about $25. The donation amount would be $4 to $5 a shirt, and my profit margin for each batch of shirts that I make, which is 100 shirts in a batch, would be $1,100 net income.
Great presentation. So 100 shirts per batch. How many batches do you forecast selling?
So in about a month, I would like to make about 200 shirts, so 2 batches.
And how many different sayings or designs do you have planned?
So for right now, I have the 2 shown, and for this month or the next month, whenever I start, would be 100 shirts of the regular Monovai t-shirt, and then the one of the other one.
So you'd roll out different sayings. That's
Yeah.
your campaign. Awesome.
Just curious, so how did you come up with the idea and what got you started with Manawai?
A big inspiration was me being a student athlete, as well as liking clothing. Kids my age really like designs and fashion, so that's a big inspiration, along with the fact that I know that people here in this community are less fortunate and don't have the funding to, buy the necessities they need to help their student athletes succeed.
Are you willing to expand your business and sell to other schools?
Yes, eventually hopefully when I get more wide scale, I will do it to more schools. But for right now, I'd focus on Kahuku because that's what really inspired me to do this business.
Who is coming up with your designs, and what are the plans for future shirts and future designs?
So I design the shirts all myself, and for future designs, I don't really have much planned, but it kind of just comes to me. It's based off of like kind of my experiences. Like the perspective t-shirt, I use that as kind of like my outlet to let people know how I feel, but also how others may be feeling too.
Have you talked to like the athletic director and
Thank you.
Well, give it up for the young entrepreneurs.
Great job, everyone. Those are great ideas, businesses. We love to see it. We love the inspiration. And you are excused if you do need to go to school.
Yeah, give it another round of applause for everybody. We'd invite the next category to sit in the front rows. And the first person is Ampersandia.
Give it up for Ampersandia.
Hello, my name is Claire Parsons.
I'm Logan Taggart.
And I'm Allie Pack. And together we're Ampersandia, a brand design and marketing consulting company. The ampersand is a character symbol more commonly referred to as the and sign. In our company, we believe in marketing and design solutions together, and empowering people and providing experiences. As a graphic designer myself, I have experienced the problem that comes when marketers and graphic designers are trying to communicate and work together. Oftentimes, graphic designers do not have the marketing strategy background that a lot of marketers have, and the same problem in reverse often occurs.
I believe in Ali's vision of combining these things and feel that I also have the necessary skills as a HR professional and working in conferences back in Australia to be able to bring this vision to life.
As a former city councilman from Colorado, I've worked on the Finance and Budget Committee for my local municipality, where we were able to put together balanced budgets that then were audited and passed by the state. And so as you can see, we've put together a team that's dedicated and committed to fulfilling the mission of Ampersandia.
Our target audience is the Asia Pacific Rim. We would like to work with small businesses who are already creating a revenue and be able to target areas like Hawaii, Australia, and New Zealand.
This is why we have created the offers that we have. We know that sometimes there are financial restraints placed on our target area and that they really desire a human connection. So we're going to offer free value-adding trainings that are just going to be explaining the basics behind the why of visual communication, and then we're going to offer a $47 a month membership that kind of goes through and does the basics on training in design and marketing techniques that kind of expounds upon those videos. And then from there, we're also going to have here and there certain events and workshops, master classes that will be priced at $350 each to kind of go into specialized categories. And then from there, we'll offer our one-on-one consultations, which is where we really want to place our focus and have that human connection. And that one-on-one consultation will cost $800 and include 2 one-hour consulting sessions over the span of 1 month.
So based on our initial costs right now, we'd be able to break even from the upfront costs with 1 customer sign up for the one-on-one consultation, at least 1 client attending one of the master classes, and 47 clients signing up for the monthly subscription. And the transparency in our pricing is what helps sets us apart from our competition.
We understand that it can be intimidating for our clients to participate with us. Thank you.
As judges, when we were talking about you guys yesterday, we had a hard time pronouncing the name itself. Is that something you guys would be willing or interested in changing, the brand name itself, or are you pretty sold on the
Yeah, so we're definitely, based off of the feedback we received yesterday, we're looking at potentially changing the name. However, we are a branding and design consulting company. So we believe in the power of whatever we choose to name our company, we'll be able to brand it in a way that is recognizable to the people that we're serving.
Yeah, I love the background. Now that you told me the background, that makes more sense. Let me ask one more question because we don't have a ton of time. What is the go-to-market strategy? Like your first marketing play to get into some of these countries that you want to get into, what's the first thing you're going to do to market the business?
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're already doing, is connecting with our fellow alumni and current students at the university. We already have a client list and a wait list of people who are waiting to work with us. So we already have people lined up. We actually have 1 client who we're currently working with.
We believe in human connection and referrals in this system, and we want to work with people to create communities.
So are you guys giving away anything free, like any freeware or something to build your customer base?
Yes, so we will be giving away sometimes those free video trainings like we explained. They're really defining the why. So just like the basics of why you would want certain visual communication versus explaining actually how you can implement it. That's what we'll be charging for. But we will be offering certain retreats that kind of get the word out there for that free value.
So what's your main focus? What's your money maker? Is it going to be the subscription, the one-on-one, the gold package? What's your main focus?
So the main idea behind it is with the video subscription, we're able to have a passive revenue stream so that we can then focus on giving our clients
Good job. Good job, you guys.
full value.
Is there a video?
Family and friends, aloha.
Aloha.
My name is Wilawat. I am from Bangkok, Thailand.
I'm Jacob from Texas. And I'm Tanner from California.
And we are Pacific 360.
And we exist to help owners instill confidence and assurance to their customers through 3D technology.
Have you ever looked into a house, an apartment, and you want to live there so badly, but you don't want to spend time and money travel across the country to go there and to find out that, oh man, this is not the same as I expected.
What we do is we provide owners and where 3D we provide owners 3D tours where customers can self-tour through their comforts of their homes.
We're going to play this video right here. Okay, maybe not. So these are our services, 3D virtual tours, but we also provide Google Street View photography, and this is our pricing model right here. It's by square footage. These are our revenue models as well. So we have anywhere from $50 to $100 to $750 plus. We have reoccurring revenues from monthly subscription as well. We want to eventually subcontract drone and photography services. We also will sell 2D schematic floor plans. Our first paying client was 3 days ago, the LOI Yacht Brokerage. The head broker, Sean Doyle, was very satisfied with his virtual tour, and he's going to be a reoccurring customer.
So now, with the BYU Hawaii mission, we would like to create 3D immersive tours for the people that plans to come here before they actually be here at BYU Hawaii. And also, we would like to create international, professional network for the people that want to go back to their country and start being part of this network. Also, as we are part of the member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we would like to emphasize the importance of family history. We believe that preserving the memory for
preserving history.
Yep. For
and this is what we call the practical metaverse. This is the real case, use case scenarios for that's happening today. It's not 10 years in the future, but these are virtual tours that we are creating today to enhance the experiences. What we are selling are experiences, and this is the future, and it is happening today. Thank you.
Wonderful job, guys. It was a great presentation. I've worked in this space a little bit, and my question is, what's your go-to market strategy, or how are you guys going to get your first 10 customers being a recurring monthly revenue model? What's the goal? What's the game plan to get the 10 customers?
So it's cold calling, emails. We already got the Yacht Brokerage as a customer, and they will be providing multiple deals with that. But we want to be contacting these vacation home rentals, small hotels, resorts, etc.
So best case scenario, if you were to map this out and see a year or two into the future, what does the business look like? How many employees do you have? How many clients do you have? Kind of what's the balance of the work that you're doing each month? What does that look like?
I think the best case scenario would to have an international network, to use our connections here at BYU Hawaii to expand to Thailand, to Taiwan, to other countries, as well as create a system here on Oahu. So if we can do it well here, we want to replicate it elsewhere. So anywhere from 5, 10 employees, it could be a lot more.
Okay, so you guys know the importance of presentation, right? Because that's the immediate impression we get. So are you going to have like a package, a video package, or some type of digital package that you're going to actually send to potential clients?
Exactly. We can already send them parts of our portfolio. We have a video. I was supposed to play it today, but we have previous clients, and we send them the link to the virtual tour, and they can self-guide through it anytime, 24/7 access.
And so looking to the future, because I have a vanilla and we usually do vanilla farm tours, would you guys be able to have technology to be able to do live virtual tours?
That is an expanding industry. We don't currently offer that, but as we grow, we want to go into that.
I'm Drew Dalton.
And I'm Hunter Colton.
And this
is Vibes.
A social networking card that is usable in any situation. You see, business cards are outdated. And 80% of all business cards are just thrown away. They're insufficient. And there currently is not a business card that can be used in both a professional setting and a private setting.
As a 17-year-old student here at BYU, I wasn't really sure how to network with the people around me. I wanted to create a card that I could quickly share and just tap to someone's phone and instantly share my contact information, my email, my personal website, who I was. Thus, we created Vibes Cards. Vibe Card uses NFC technology to quickly communicate just between a plastic card and a cell phone and share your email, your phone number, your personal website, or all of the above.
Now, as you can see, we have a huge prospective audience, namely tourists, sole proprietorships, contractors, and college students. But mostly to start, we're going to focus on college students. Why? Because here at BYU Hawaii, we can see the need, like Evan mentioned, for personal connection and networking. And then as we expand, we want to focus on sole proprietorships and contractors, because these are people who need to express their brand, who need to showcase themselves and put themselves out there. And now I want you to take a minute and pause and close your eyes. Now picture our product in the hands of every missionary. I'm talking like lessons, I'm talking contact information, I'm talking scheduling, all as quick as a handshake. As far as competitors go, we have 4 main competitors that we're looking at. We have Dot Cards, Mobilio, Tappy, and Blue Social. Now all of these are great competitors and they're doing really good in their markets, but they have 2 key flaws. Number 1, they're focusing on too much of a mass market, and they flaunt their own logo on every card. I don't know about you, but when I give someone a business card, I want myself to be the brand, not the company that I bought the business card from. And number 2, all of them are lacking in their innovation. They can do so much more with NFC technology, but at the moment, they're only choosing to do contact information. We want to expand this so you can do CVs and you can do other things like websites as well.
For funding, we're looking for $3,000. $1,500 of that will be used for production and shipping of the NFC cards, and the remaining $1,500 will be used for marketing so everybody can know about Vibes and what it can do.
Now, as for sales channels, we choose to operate as a D2C e-commerce business because this will allow us to work directly with our customers, and through this, we can make sure that the cards that they get are custom tailored to their own experience.
Thank you. We are Vibes.
great presentation and awesome technology. I think all of us as judges were really interested in the technology itself. So we did a little bit of research. And I took a look at one of your competitors, Tappy, and they actually do a little bit more than what was presented. So there is customization. You can do websites and links like that. So I guess where is your added value that they're not going to give us?
So the added value comes in two parts. First, when you order a Tappy card, if the Tappy logo all over it, to customize it to your own, you have to pay much higher fee, so ours is first at a lower cost. Second value is, although there is customization, you can't go directly to your website. You have to go through the Tappy template first, and we're just reducing the amount of clicks so you can go directly to them, streamlining our business, making it faster, quicker.
Sell these students that are here on why, if you were to have a rollout of Vibes cards here on campus, why would they want those cards? What's the value in it for them?
So when I first introduced these cards and I started using it with my friends, they literally thought it was magic. They're like, whoa, I want one. So currently, we bought 20 cards, and then all 20 of them are currently out with students right now. So we gave them to our friends to use as kind of an initial marketing strategy so they can introduce it. So all students are interested because they can quickly share their information, just like as quick as a handshake.
So when you say customization of putting on your website or et cetera, they contact you guys. Is there a back-end software that you guys use? How does it work?
Yeah, so I run a couple of other businesses, and I also have an in-house software developer who is coding the app right now. His name is Sean. He's from South Africa, and he's making the app so users can use it, and we're trying to make it as simple as possible so all age groups, anybody regardless of technical experience, can experience it easily.
Why use a card? Why don't you just put a dot at the back of your card, of your phone? Because for me, if I lose that card, I won't be able to use it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone give it up for the business category. So just a quick explanation. So the business category is any business operating in or highly impacting the Oceania and Asian Pacific Rim, which is in line with the mission of BYU Hawaii.
And next up, we have the Oceania Influence. These are companies that are influenced by Oceania or the Asia Pacific. It might be selling ice cream that is Hawaiian flavored, or all these other ideas that are coming up, and we'll turn the time over to these next groups. So give it up for the impact category.
And if we can have you guys switch rows. Let's have the influence categories move up to the front row.
All right, give it a round of applause for the next group.
La Orana.
La Orana.
All right, so we would like to excuse our inconvenience for our charts. Cannot expose, but we will give it to you at the end.
Yorana. A Chinese proverb says, forgetting your ancestry is like a brook without a source, a
So-
tree without a root.
A vast amount of knowledge is held in nature, and for this reason, we want to share with you the cause of our ancient ancestors in Polynesia. They had to adapt their lives every day, and as well as we do today, they have to fight for their lives as well. And so by doing this in Tahitian story and history, they used to use organic oils for their families and also to apply on their skin. And for this reason, Tahitian oil, such as tamanu oil, was one of the greatest treasure for them.
And so the problem we're facing right now is that there's a lot of people that have dry skin and these skin problems, but they don't have access to natural products. This market is saturated with chemically enhanced products. And so we're offering tamanu oil. Our value proposition is that tamanu oil is kind of stinky. We've made it really smell good. You might have noticed that yesterday. And so the solution that we're facing with is that we're gonna produce it and sell it to people locally and then expand it widely. How this is gonna work is that we can produce 14 for $142.72, and then we can sell it for $350. Our profit margin is 59.2% starting off. And we're gonna do this in 2 levels. First for selling up to about 100 people, 300 people, and then we're gonna scale our business so that we can sell up to 1,000 people, in which our profit margins jump up to 89%. This isn't including labeling or sourcing. And so our market strategy is taking it to the market by first starting at 10 people a month the first month, and then increasing it by 20% every month due to time constraints of being students. We're gonna do this by Facebook Marketplace. What's wonderful is that we've already made $205 by selling 7 units.
Regarding these charts and also marketing strategies, we want to also help people and influence them to remember to bring back to a basic pattern of natural lifestyle. As using these projects, we want also influence our region and outside outwardly, probably in the Pacific Asia Rim and also in the world. We also want to remember our home countries, people, indigenous people from Polynesia, where they live outside of the region, to remember that these projects can help them to use wisely their skin care and also with natural benefits.
Thank you.
Awesome presentation. Thank you, guys. Real quick question. What's your plan for sourcing the nut?
So right now we're sourcing from Tahiti, and we're able to buy a gallon for about $121.
So who is your ideal client?
A woman in her mid-30s with 2 kids, preferably higher middle income.
Perfect. Do women use more oils than, women with kids will probably use more oils. I use oils like every day of my life probably. Yeah. And I also know that there's subscription models. Have you guys thought about having a subscription with this?
So for now, because of the time constraint that we have, we're going to focus on only selling 10 or 12, but we're going to produce a website where we can eventually get a subscription model based once we start selling in like 300s, 400s.
Who's your biggest competitor, and why are you better than them?
So we have one situated in Maui and Big Island. They're actually making their own tamanu oil there and mixing blended ingredients. They have quite fair prices, but we think that we are also good at it because it's from our culture, my own culture. We are probably also the first company that will start here on the island of Oahu, in the region.
To add on to that, we haven't done too much competition market research, and so we reached out to a friend of ours who's a CEO of a cosmetic company, and so we're talking to him. And in order to get our thing to market, we're going to get it tested at a laboratory at the UN, or University of Hawaii, and we called earlier the FDA, and so we got numbers for how much it would cost to get our product tested and confirmed. It'll cost about $1,500 for that process, and along the lines of that, we're asking for $5,000, $2,000 for school tuition for the time we put into this, $3,000 in order to be able to pay for the resources. Thank you.
Thank you, mahalo maururu.
All right, next up.
Talofa everyone, my name is Ilona Masoy and I am proudly representing the beautiful islands of Western Samoa. My idea is uniquely for the big island of Samoa, which is Savai, with its hope and purpose to expand in the future. Introducing Lemotu Experience. Le Motu experience guarantees you, your families, and your friends effortless trips to our island, the Big Island, with a unique, private, local experience. With our marketing, we do believe, or these some of the problems that we face in the islands, but one of such as poor marketing, poor guest connection relations, and hassle of booking at different places. Earlier I mentioned effortless trips, yeah? So so much in our island, we only have like hotels and they only focus in hotels. Resort, they focus to resorts. Car rentals, they only focus in car rentals. So what we do is that we bring everything together. And with that, we can give you accommodation, transportation, and a tour. Very easy and simple. With our solutions, such as the problems that we mentioned earlier in the slides, we invest in marketing development in addition to having everything at one place, one stop for everyone, family level hospitality service, the one stop, go above and beyond, and also our private lodging. Private lodging, because as a tour guide, I recently worked as a tour guide, and the amount or the percentage of people of guest satisfaction that are always up and high is always the private tours or the ones with just families, couples, and soloists. With our target market, we focus on families, couples, and solo travelers. And with our market areas or target areas, we mostly focus in New Zealand and Australia because that's where most of our tourists come from. But my purpose is also to increase the amount of tourists from the US, Europe, and Asia as well. These are some of our competitors. We have hotels. What makes us better is that we provide hotels, you have a lot of rooms and all that. Airbnb rental homes, they just offer places, we offer an experience. And then same as private homes, they only offer homes. Funding needed, we are asking for $150,000. This is for the building, the car, and as well as the website, because that's where we wanted to focus most on as well, is marketing. And then with our sales channels, our website, social media, and most popular agent travels that a lot of people book their trips on. And our activities as well with our financial projections. So you can see we increased in profit in the years. And to end my presentation, I would like to show you, never mind. Okay, thank you.
Good job. Excellent. So, all right, you're asking for 150,000, and we kind of discussed yesterday a little bit about this, right? How are you going to beta test this before investing in that that home, that cottage that you're going to build?
Yes, sweet. So when you talked with me yesterday, I did thought of what you mentioned, like having this make example first before I even go into it deeper. And so that is something that me and my brother are finally talking about, is actually make a sample for it. For example, we'll use our home instead. So instead of buying or instead of building a brand new home, we're just going to use our home for that.
In regards to tours, I know here in Hawaii, it's a different market, but there's a lot of regulations that go into starting experiences, tours, Airbnbs, etc. Are you going to face similar type of problems in Samoa with government regulations?
Because we own our own land and pretty much government policies and all that, it's okay because we have our own land, which is the location that we're planning to do the accommodation on. So with government, we have no problem with government policies or any. And we're also paying the business registration, that's it.
So you asked for 150,000, and it's for a house, a car, and a website. And I just thought, wow, I mean, in Hawaii, it's a lot more expensive. Are things a lot cheaper there, and you're able to do all three of those things for that amount, or is it just the initial start?
Currency difference. So that number doubles when it's in Samoan Tala, which makes it a lot more affordable and easy to buy.
How much would it cost me and my family to do this whole experience? What's the cost for the customer?
$950.
$950?
Yes, with the accommodation and the experience. So we do 200.
Plus our flight. Okay,
Sorry.
so our flight's separate, and then that's what it would cost for your accommodation.
Flight is
Okay.
separate.
Okay. Okay. How long?
So now out of design, give it up.
Hi, my name is Miley Richardson, and this is my company, Added Design, where we aim to create as a way to make positive impacts in other people's lives. So I found out that through my passions with graphic design and with handcrafting jewelry, I've been able to find my purpose, and I want to provide that to other people. So I am going to provide that positive influence to kids in Ecuador and provide them with proper living conditions for orphanages. And to do that, the solution for Added Design is to donate a percentage of our profits that we make to an organization called Orphanage Support, which sends volunteers to Ecuador to provide proper emotional and physical support to these kids, along with love, education, and clothes and food. So about our company, it consists of 2 different compositions, out of resin, out of ink, which is our line of rings and shirts. So out of resin is my line of handcrafted rings that are made from pressed flowers of Oahu. And each ring costs about $8 to make, and I'm selling them for $25, and it really encapsulates the beauty of Oahu in the form of a ring that anyone can wear as a piece of an accessory. Here's a process of our hand-picked, hand-pressed, handcrafted rings. And it just really encapsulates the beauty of Oahu. And so my other line, following my passions with graphic design, making shirts in the form of like retro kind of style. And here's some of the processing. So my target audience is mainly focusing on like females that just like love handcrafted jewelry, or locals and tourists of Hawaii, I feel like are the main target audience. So the market size, there's about 3 million people that visit Oahu yearly, and there's 42% of that is females, and there's a $57 billion annual revenue in jewelry each year. So for our t-shirts wise, there's a $586 million annual profit for sales in t-shirt industry, and about 2 billion t-shirts are sold each year. So for possible sales channels, we want to try to get into local farmers markets, try to get into Seven Brothers Marketplace, PCC Market, or creating our own online web store. For funding, I've calculated about $15,000 to start up for material costs and social media packaging, and then event-wise and manufacturing. There's some financial projections to make about $30,000 to $40,000 in our first year. And how? So I've kind of calculated that by selling at least a minimum of 3 rings a day, 90 rings a month, 90 shirts a month, to make $42,000 in our first year, break even point of our $15,000. But
I don't want to be a broken record, but I do want to know what's your digital strategy to sell. Like I told you yesterday, I think you should lead with the rings.
No, that's what I'm planning on doing.
Okay, tell me about that. If you've thought about that since we spoke, tell me a little bit about your thought process there.
So yeah, I really want to build up the ring part because I feel like that would do really well in Hawaii, especially that all of the reviews I've gotten, or people that came around to the booth, said that it's like something very unique that they've like never seen before. And I have a social media page, and I want to try to kind of promote that more on social media, and then try to go to local vendors with like a possible like jewelry mock-up and see if they want to have that in their retail stores.
Have you designed any POP material so that when people, point of sale, okay, so we actually let people know what they're buying, because like they look at a ring, it's got something in it, oh, that's a pressed flower, but those are pressed flowers from Oahu, right? So that's really the story. How are you going to educate the consumer?
That's what I've also gotten feedback, like by focusing on the rings for Hawaii, like making a list of all the different flowers that each of the ring are like made of, and the backstory on that flower, just mainly focusing on the
So I think these rings are such a fun idea. They're a very unique gift. How long does it take the resin to dry?
I have a UV curating machine that, well, it takes about like, it's really fast, but just the processing to not get any like air bubbles or like uneven
Takes a while.
surfaces. It only takes like 30 to 45 minutes to ring.
Oh, cool. I think it would be a fun activity for people to do when they come visit. Also, on your thing, you said there's 3 million visitors to Hawaii. There are way more than that, tourists that come.
Coming to Oahu.
Oh, no, but there's way more than
Oh,
that.
more.
There's like, hundreds of millions. So you have a big client base.
Good job. Give it up for the impact category.
All right, great job, everyone. We are so impressed, and we're so excited and happy to see all these incredible ideas. From here, we wanted to take about a 5-minute break to let the judges finish up with their notes, and then we will come back and resume with our next category.
So in the meantime, stand up, get to know your neighbor. These events are about networking. Something the judges have told me is that their biggest value they've gained from either attending college or attending BYU Hawaii specifically is the network. So stand up, get to know your neighbor, and share something cool about yourself. All right, we'll resume in 5 minutes. So this is one of my favorite categories. Besides the young entrepreneurs, which are by far the best, no question, I love businesses that do social good.
So the social venture category, just a little insight about it. The social venture is anything that does social good for the Oceania and the Asian Pacific Rim. So it's anything that's influencing them for better or helping the society and people as a whole.
All right, and first up is Eden Hydroponics. So give a big round of applause.
Hello. "2020 was a surprise for everyone.
The deadly COVID-19 pandemic started.
The catastrophic Hurricane Douglas hit Hawaii.
And rapid inflation shocked all of us.
Many people struggled, and in these places alone, 2,763 households have been or is still affected by these events.
These outcomes could have been different if everyone had been prepared.
Aloha. We are
Eden
Eden
Hydroponics.
Hydroponics, and our team has found a solution. Hydroponics has shown multiple benefits in promoting self-sustainability, emergency preparedness, and food production.
Our products and services have amplified these benefits on a whole nother level.
We have created an automated hydroponic system that is more user-friendly, more accommodating, and affordable.
Our kits contains several built-in features and functions that grow for you. These will ease the user's worry about too much labor and lack of time. With just one click away, our product will do the work for you.
Our hydroponic kit also comes with a manual that makes it unique. Our plant manuals actually contains different information, a database about different plants gathered from farming institutions and credible resources. We also provide plant supplies such as seeds, plant wool, plant food, and our Aiden wool, and our access to our plant video tutorial through the subscription model. Even people with less gardening experience can now experience a green thumb success.
Due to inflation, many fresh produce has become super expensive, making it harder for people to secure food for themselves and their families. We also support self-sufficiency by encouraging them to grow their own food at home, and we also have more built-in features and high-quality products at a very reasonable price. Get more, pay less.
Our numbers are also excellent. We conservatively estimate that we will be selling 30 units every month, and at modest growth rates, will sell over $150,000 the first year.
We are also socially driven. Apart from conducting hydroponic workshops to the community, for every 24 units we sell, we donate one to elementary school. And by doing so, we enhance the learning opportunity for the next generation. And here's a quick video of our product. Okay, so what are you waiting for?
Grow your garden.
Grow opportunities.
Grow with Eden.
Eden Hydroponics, growing made smart.
So just so I understand, the business model is you sell the kit itself, and then you also sell a subscription in order to have a monthly recurring revenue as well. So it's kind of an upfront cost and then a monthly cost as well.
Yeah. So for the initial product, it contains all of the supplies, the plant seeds and stuff. But if the customer wants to continue using or having supplies, they can opt to be part of our subscription model.
Wonderful presentation. You mentioned that your goal was 30 units per month sold. That seems like a pretty lofty goal. What's your guys' plan to acquire 30 customers a month?
We actually have pre-orders already. So before joining the competition, we have 14, but yesterday we added 1, and we ordered our first 20 models 3 weeks ago. It will be arriving next week. So I feel like the 30 units is very feasible, and we're planning to expand or like reach to people through our digital presence.
Is any of your is anything you do proprietary? I know the soil and some of the things, but on the machine itself, the hydroponic machine, what's proprietary and what steps are you taking to protect that?
So these machines are designed by me personally. So it's been months of designing and prototyping. We did prototyping, and right now we have a patent, like a pending patent for these machines and for the AI itself.
Utility or design patent?
These are utility also, like, part of them right now, they have an SEC because we are making it in China. So we did it like a, what you call this, like a product or agricultural parts. So that's the patent right now.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bula Vinaka. When you think of Fiji, you might think of beautiful shores, clear oceans, and tropical fun. But sadly, there is a crisis among the beauty. Too many of our fellow brothers and sisters do not have access to clean, drinkable water. This is just not acceptable.
Now this is where our business Pure White comes in. In Fiji, one of the most wide-reaching problems is having access to clean water. Over 200,000 Fijians rely on river and rainwater as their primary water source. Because of this, they either boil the water or just drink it as it is. This creates a major risk of health problems and exposure to diseases.
So this is a problem in Fiji. However, there's a solution. So I serve my mission in the beautiful islands of the Philippines. And in the Philippines, they use a network of small water filtration stations, and using a system of jugs, they deliver directly to consumer clean water at an affordable price. And in my mission there, I saw firsthand that this system is proven. It works. And so our goal is to implement this proven solution, take it to Fiji, where markets have no current water solutions.
And the reason why this proven solution is going to work is because of our current connections. Our fellow Fijian student and business partner, Kimalani, has connected us with the village Namanga Mangua, where the locals are ready for us. They're excited for us to start. We're also working with community leaders like Linda Dabuya, for example. And we know with this support, we will be able to not only get our first customer, but our 1,000th.
Pure White is a centralized business model. Starting with a single station and with reinvesting profits, we can become very scalable. Our goal is to expand to all of Fiji and all of the areas that do not have access to clean water. Now you might be wondering, doesn't Fiji already have some water solutions? They do, but with an average market price of $10 per 5 gallons of water, that is just too expensive for Fijians to afford. So our goal is to provide water solution, affordable, clean water to Fijians at 15% of that price.
So we're pre-revenue. However, with a starting cost of $20,000, this will pay for everything for one station. So that'll be the building, the filtration, everything. At a unit price of $1.50, this gives us a contribution margin of 70 cents. And so our goal with Pure White is to expand from one station to hundreds and filling the entire market of Fijians that have no access to clean water. And in doing so, solving a water crisis in Fiji and creating a very profitable business. We are Pure White. Vinaka Baka Lelu.
Great presentation, you guys. So are you going to be partnered with a Fijian business since you're not Fijian? And also, are you thinking about franchising, or are these all going to be like corporate-owned stations?
Yeah, so with the business side of it, we are not incorporated with a Fijian a business that's currently in Fiji. However, we have connections in Fiji, and so with their local support, this will be Fijian run as well. And this is not something that we're going to franchise. It's something that we're going to have a centralized business. However, we're going to expand like a franchise market.
How do you plan to manage the workload in Fiji, you know, the building of it, all of the work that's going to go into that on the ground in Fiji while you're here in Hawaii as students?
That's going to be with the connections that we have there. And we also plan to go to Fiji and be with the people. It also provides job opportunities to build the building and delivery systems for our Fijians.
Yeah, like we said, we have a business partner. Her name is Kamalani. She is Fijian, and she has a lot of connections back home. She's not here currently presenting with us, but she's part of our business.
Are you aware of any type of restrictions on how much water you're able to take from one location?
I do not have the legal answer for you. However, we have contacted the targeted area, and like we said, we're in contact with the community leaders and politicians in that area, so they're aware of what our business is, and they are accepting, and we're in contact of having their support.
Awesome. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Where will you get the supply for your filtration?
We have contact with China, and the best part is the tax-free agreement.
Free trade agreement.
Free trade agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. It's down. You don't have to raise up, just point it up. Like just, it's like this. Yeah.
So next up, USA Connect.
Hi, my name is Douglas Madruga, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the struggles that international students have before coming here to the United States. So all my fellow international students know that it is a struggle. It is a very extensive process that you go through. Sometimes the information is not in one place, it's all scattered around, and it's really, really hard. It's scary to go through all that process by yourself. So how would you feel if you had a friend? How would you feel if you had a friend in this process telling you along the way how to do this, how to actually manage and to, you know, like exchange and do like that whole visa interview with you? Now, for this purpose and for this feeling, I created USA Connect. USA Connect, in a really simple way, will provide you guys an online course. USA Connect will provide an online course where all the modules will take you through step by step what you need to do from the point where you decided to come to the United States to the point where you actually step on the United States. It's going to be a very easy course, engageful videos. I will translate that course to all those languages in 6 different languages. And this is my first product. My second product will be an in-person assistance, where I'll pick you up in the airport, I'll drop you off at your house, I'll go together with you to the DMV, I will help you to be the most independent international student as you can be in a short amount of time. This is priceless, guys. Now, sit down and let's be my business partner for a little second. I'll teach you how we're gonna make money with this. We'll start with free tips on YouTube, really generating that content, bringing people to the online course itself. A very manageable, very profitable online course that we're going to do. And after you finish the module and you come to the United States, you'll go through the in-person assistance. If we execute this process really well, this will generate a lot of referrals, organic referrals. And from a tip that I got yesterday, I also want to help and get incentive referrals where I'll pay incentives in order to get those referrals sent it over to me. Now, guys, just next year, well, the data is clear, guys. Online courses are on a rise. 14% will have an increase until 2026. And just because COVID happened, the international students had a decrease, but it will come back up. Now is the time to join with me on this business. Now, guys, about revenue really fast. I plan to make $15,000 selling 200 online courses only in Brazil, only in one language. And another 2 prospective customers that will generate in-person assistance of $10,000 just for next year. Guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you.
Okay, so Douglas, in order to scale this, you can't be doing the one-on-one, even though that's your most profitable one, right? So what's your plan to scale yourself?
Okay, so partnerships, that's my plan. So I do plan to do partnerships with English schools around the world. Right now, I'm focusing a lot in Brazil, just because I'm originally from Brazil. So partnerships with English schools, having those English teachers to come and do programs here, and them giving the referrals over to us for that online course. I know that I cannot do everything by myself, so that's why I am asking for funds in order to actually build a good crew and start this business with me.
I know with COVID and just in life in general, sometimes people come here and then they get stuck or they can't go back. Are you willing to help people in those situations as well?
Yes, yes, indeed. With COVID, there is like many problems, even like questions about like, oh, how they were gonna lift up the OPT, the permission to work here, and there was like a lot of information that international students didn't know. Now, if they had a place where they can turn to gather those informations, a place they already trust, that's where I come in. That's where I'll bring them to like that information. Hey, like you do need to keep in touch with your OPT. You need to go back to your country. You need to do this. You need to do that. I want to be a centralized informational place for international students.
Building a kind of a learning management system like you're talking about, a website can be expensive and it's a lot of content you need to create. Who's going to do that? What's the plan to execute on content and website?
Perfect, good question. So the website itself, I already outsourced it to Brazil just because it's outsourcing to Brazil. It's very cheap to actually manage that whole creation. I do want to get hire a videographer and be able to generate that content together with someone. Right now, just because thank you.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Well, give it up for the social impact. So this concludes the Great Ideas competition. So give a round of applause for all the competitors.
And for everyone in our audience, thank you for coming and supporting and showing love to these people with incredible ideas and businesses.
So, some housekeeping. We have from 1:30 to 3 a keynote speaker and an award ceremony where we'll be introducing the finalists and the awards in the HGB right where the booth showcase was. So, yeah.
Thank you everyone for coming. We are so grateful for you and have an incredible day.
Hope to see you there, 1:30 to 3.
We have a few announcements.
So give it up for Elder Walker.
So these are not for me. My wife didn't just give me a bunch of roses. But anyway, we do want to thank you all. There's so many people that we could thank, so many people that are integral to making this event happen. But you know, we've talked about the Okies. We've talked about our faculty are amazing. Susan, who ran this competition, she was actually hired 2 days after the semester was started, if you can believe that. So this has been an amazing event. We want to thank you all, but especially our students. We're here because of our students. My wife and I came on a mission here 2.5 years ago. It was supposed to be a 12-month mission, and here we are. We'll be here about 3 years. And it's strictly because of the students. It's because of each one of you, and it's because of what you bring to the school, what you bring to this world, and what you've done for my family and myself. So again, I just want to thank you very much for all that you do. Real quick, like I said, these flowers are not for me, but we do want to recognize Susan Coons for putting this on. And we won't make you run down here. Secondly, we, out of the blue, we got an email from someone who has worked at the school here in the past and filled in so many gaps. So Erica, where are you at? There you go. These are for you. In the School of Business, there's a couple people that make this department run. And we are housed under the School of Business, although we don't feel like we're necessarily a business degree per se, because we're a degree that is intended to help every major on campus. But within the School of Business, which is where we're housed, there's a couple people that are really in charge, if I have to put it bluntly. And one of those is Lila. And Lila has done so much constantly for you all and for us. Lila, are you here? If she's not here, she's probably setting up for the next event. So you can thank her then, but we do want to make sure that we recognize her. Our Dean, Nate Stevens, I'm not sure if he's around. You don't get flowers, but he did want to thank you. And is there anyone else, Paul, that I forgot? Administration, yes, of course. President Callaway, Vice President Walker have been extremely supportive. I talk to them frequently about what we're trying to do here and what we're trying to accomplish as it relates to expanding this competition to every major on campus. Because this is truly a way to monetize your talents, your abilities, and the skills that you're learning here. So I do want to thank them, and I know President Cowie's on the plane right now. He's been trying to watch it, and I don't think anyone else is here, but I do want to thank them very sincerely for all the support that they give. Again, thank you to the Okies. You guys are wonderful. Real quick, it's one thing to give money. It is something completely different and so much more impactful to give time. And you are an example of giving your time, which is your most valuable resource, along with everything else. So again, thank you so much, and want to just tell you how appreciative we are. And then lastly, I don't have one for you, Briggs, but we'll give this one to Sage.
Fine by me.
I'll give you a hug later. So anyway, but want to thank you so much for all your time. Again, we'll see you this afternoon at 1:30.
1:30.
And again, thanks for all your efforts, and look forward to seeing you.
Thank you all for coming.